Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Die by the Sword podcast. Before we get in the episode, I wanted to give a shout out to Midnight Syndicate. You can check out their music over at midnightsyndicate.com. Also, we'd like to thank Sword Coast Soundscapes for the wonderful ambient sounds you hear throughout our podcast. You can check them out at www.youtube.com/swordcoastsoundscapes. Check out our website at diebytheswordpodcast.com. You can get connected with the community by checking us out on the Facebooks, the Twitters, the Instagrams, all of them. Contact us at diebytheswordpodcast@gmail.com, and don't forget to leave a review on whatever you listen to us on. Now, join me with this week's episode.
Crazy. We're actually recording 2 weeks in a row. We haven't done that in like 6 months.
The stars have aligned.
I know, right?
So bizarre.
Ugh. So, decided to go with another one of these pod deck cards for our banter for the week. And I'm using the deck called What's Out There.
That sounds ominous.
It does.
X-Files theme plays.
Right.
A version of the X-Files theme that we can clear plays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll come up with something. The first question that I came across that was interesting was, what is your favorite book that is set in space?
Which of the Star Wars books are you choosing, Gary?
Ooh, see, yeah, I was definitely thinking of the Thrawn trilogy from back in the day. You know me too well. But it would be Heir to the Empire, probably. In fact, I'm looking at it right now on my bookshelf.
I don't know. Space books.
So, define space. Like another planet or in space?
We'll go with
or do they
either.
have to travel?
We'll say not set on Earth.
I like Kurt Vonnegut's The Sirens of Titan.
That's a good one.
I'm trying to think. I know I've read several because sci-fi is one of my favorite genres.
Same. I love it.
But the one that keeps coming to mind is actually the most recent one that I read, which was Project Hail Mary.
Who's that by?
Andy Weir. He wrote The Martian.
Oh, that is a good one too.
Okay.
Too
Have you
real.
read the Three Body Problem?
Mm-mm.
Okay, it's a newer series. It's a trilogy. It's pretty good too. You might like it.
Keith, what's your favorite space book? Goodnight Moon?
I don't know what that is, but I will say
He said, I know what you're doing, and I don't like it.
I will say, I don't know if it counts, but I don't know if any of you read The Phantom Toll Booth.
Oh, shit. That rings such a bell. I feel like I read that like a million years ago.
Yes, and it was one of my favorite books, and I actually have a copy at the house. And he gets transported, because his life is so dull, and so he gets transported through the Phantom Toll Booth to this strange world. And it's like a kid, and he learns like all these valuable lessons and stuff. But that was my favorite book as a child. So it is another kind of planet, but I don't know about space.
What kind of planets? Planets,
Yeah.
planets, not Earth.
Yeah.
Well, not Earth. Okay. Well, this one would be weird. Not on Earth. It is the Chronicles of Thomas Covenant. It is a story about a man who travels to another world. Not exactly sure where it is. And when he gets there, he is seen as their reincarnation of their savior. And he's like, you got to be kidding me. And at first he's like, this is just, he cannot believe anything that is going on. So he deliberately acts horrendously.
Oh, Coronado and the Aztecs.
Yeah, that along those lines, yes. And then he realizes, wait, this isn't me. I can't do this. And then he becomes he begins to accept the fact that this place is real.
Sounds interesting. You have to shoot me the name of it later because I'll never remember.
The first one is Lord Fowl's Bane.
Nobody said Hitchhiker's Guide.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good
too,
one.
yeah.
You just don't really think of that one first for some reason.
I have a question for you guys. Did you guys have accelerated reader when you were in school, where you
Yup.
had to read books for points?
Oh yes.
For pizza points?
Pizza Hut.
Not
Book it.
Oh, we didn't
Yeah.
just have pizza though. They brought out like this whole trolley of just everything,
Mhm.
Oh, no.
candy, books.
Wait, I
just
totally missed out on this.
electronics.
All we had was Weekly Reader. What the heck?
Like
I
we got
remember Weekly
rewarded
Reader, too.
crazy.
Yeah, poor John didn't even get pizza.
No pizza, man. No pizza. No candy.
We had accelerated reader. We had the Book It program from Pizza Hut.
Mhm.
We just did the reading contests within our class of just whoever could read the most books.
Yep.
And the top 3 got a prize.
Well,
Here's
I
a
was going to
fun
say
one.
each book was worth a specific amount of points too.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
so,
sense.
So if you read like a little 100-page book, it was only like a couple of points. But if you read like what you guys are talking about, probably thick ass books, then you got like 10 points, and so you could read just one book and just dominate everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Before
ran into
those.
a problem in early elementary school. My sister didn't like the fact that she had to read to me as a kid. So she taught me how to read when I was 5. And so I was checking out books when I was 5, and it was hilarious because I'd go to the library and the librarian would say, "That's you can't read that. That's too big a book for you." And I'm like, "No, give it to me." And so when I go to school and they're teaching people how to read, the teacher is going along and says, well, the first thing that we did was, here's a picture. What does it say? And I'm like, there are no words. And so we had a long discussion because I was very matter of fact.
Are y'all big readers now?
I love reading, but I'm a very slow reader. So I do more audiobooks than I do actually reading the page.
I'm the same, but I think that's just because I had that undiagnosed ADD for so long, because it was just, I loved being read to as a kid. They had to hide books from me so they didn't have to read them, which sounds sad. But
But I get it as a parent. It's like,
Yeah.
you like still want to do it, but you're like, I can't, not tonight. I just got off work.
Yeah.
not the damn Pickles the Fire Cat again.
It's like, here, learn to read, kid.
But yeah, as an adult, I have to have audiobooks. I would love to just sit down and look and read, but I can't. I'd get distracted way too easily. That's why I think I also like graphic novels and comic books, because you read a bit and you look at the picture, and then you read a bit and you look at the picture.
I can see that. Yeah, with mine, it was also, I have that scotopic sensitivity syndrome. So if I look at the page, depending on how the light bounces off the page, full words are just missing from the page. So I have to reread a page multiple times to fill in the blanks.
Wow.
Interesting.
Which is why
Yeah,
I
I'd say
read so
very
slow.
interesting.
But they've come out with like different like color overlays for kids in school now, that if they have that syndrome, that they can put this color overlay on it that helps the light.
I'd never even heard of that.
So is it your eyes that don't see it
Mhm.
because of the reflection of the light?
For a while, it was equated to being like dyslexia, but now they've figured out it's something completely different, because it's how the light reflects off the page and your eyes see it.
Got it.
So it's got these big either missing pieces, or it's almost like the words kind of swirl on the page a bit, so they don't look like they're in line with each other.
Are you sure you're not just taking acid?
Hey!
Yeah.
If it's not your noggin, it's your peepers. Did getting the LASIK do anything? I
don't know. I haven't tried like sitting down and reading a book since I got LASIK, so I'd be curious to see how that changed it.
How does it work with a computer screen?
Usually I have to turn the brightness down. The brighter it is, the harder it is for me to read.
Interesting.
And if there's any option to have dark mode on anything, I turn it on because it's easier for me to read.
Absolutely.
Well, the contrast actually does make it easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm light mode. I'm day man. Lighter of the night man.
Ah.
Damon. Oh.
Gotta pay the troll toll. I will not finish that for our PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, all this talking about reading and space stuff, it really makes like the next game that we play, I kind of want to do Starfinder.
Yes.
That could be fun.
Sci-fi and get some starship combat.
Is it
That
like a
I'm excited about. Starship Combat.
Mm-hmm.
is it like a Freddy or was it Jason in Space?
That's my second favorite book.
Right.
The novelization of Jason in Space.
Yeah, I've never played Starfinder yet. I've listened to like podcasts of Starfinder, but I've never played it.
There are multiple?
There are a couple. I've only listened to one, but there are a couple out there. I did play. There is a Star Wars tabletop RPG that I did play once, which was awesome.
Heck
I heard that's
yeah.
cool.
But could you make a podcast out of it, or would Disney get you?
That would be a good question.
Also, what class would you be in Star Wars land?
We were all playing Padawans.
I was gonna say smuggler.
I forget how that worked with classes. It was almost 20 years ago that I played that.
I want to be a Mandalorian, please.
Would be fun, yes.
I just remember my character was a 14-year-old Padawan, and he got like premonitions of the future, and he was very connected to the Force. So he, that was really fun to do because the GM kept having to pull me aside, give me the premonition, so I could go back and tell the group, and I could decide if I wanted to tell them or not what I saw.
Was it ever like the telephone game where he told you something, but you got something completely wrong?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's kind of how that works. But it was fun.
Can I have a Rancor familiar?
I don't know. I don't know how it works. I haven't looked at it in a while. Although I was at a gaming store just a couple of days ago, and I saw that they now have a Power Rangers tabletop RPG, and I kind of want to play that.
Bro, I'm
Oh,
down.
interesting.
I would
I
assume,
call Black Ranger.
I would assume as the GM that makes you like Zordon.
Yes, you have to be, right?
And you have to talk like Zoran. Also, you're going to need to wear like a black barber's cape so it blends into your background.
Right. So
you're just
see
a
my
floating head.
Rangers. But if I got to play, I totally
You'd be the
call
little robot.
No, I totally call Red Ranger.
Well, see, Keith took mine. I wanted to be the Black Ranger as the minority kid. I always
I'll
had
trade
to be
you. I'll trade you. I'll be White Ranger.
That's just OP right there.
See? Was it Tommy? Tommy, right?
Tommy.
Tom, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy comes in and all of a sudden he's just more powerful than everybody. It's like, wait a minute.
I haven't met him yet. I've met some of the other Rangers, but I haven't met him yet.
Isn't he always at the things though?
He is. I haven't gone to one in a while, so he always comes to the ones that I'm not at. But the crazy thing is, I've met a ton of celebrities either from working with them or going to cons, and I'm usually fine going up and talking to them. The one that I had the hardest time talking to was Austin St. John, the original Red Ranger. I stumbled all over my words talking to him.
Now, was he the porno or the murderer?
Neither.
Okay.
Both.
But I'm right. Those were 2 Red Rangers that did those things, right?
Yeah, well, the porno one was somebody that looked similar to Austin St. John, but it wasn't actually him.
Oh.
And then the other one.
By the way, that does sound like a porno name.
Well, yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of. The other one was one of the later, like, Power Rangers Turbo or something like that. Red Rangers.
How many Power Rangers are there?
Like, you're talking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, or like
from the beginning of
all
Power
of
Ranger
them?
time? Because it's
there's a
rebooted like
lot.
80 million times, hasn't it? I think Tommy's been in like 5 iterations of it.
Mhm.
Well, and it's been long enough to where they have been probably out of work and lost money enough to where some of them might be starring in Power Ranger porno knockoffs.
Oh, God. I was trying to think of a way to combine Power Rangers with OnlyFans, but I couldn't think of anything.
I was thinking Mighty Orphis Power Rangers.
Oh, I was about to do the Mighty Pornhub Power Rangers.
There you go. Mighty Morphin Power Bottoms.
Ooh.
Ho Ho Power Rangers?
Oh, nice.
Uh,
John is like, what is this Power Rangers you children are speaking about?
Power Rangers was more like when I was in high school, so wasn't that excited about it.
You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was when I was in high school, and I loved that show.
I didn't watch a lot of TV when I was in high school. I was out doing too many other things.
Look at me! I had friends.
Oh, yeah,
My
look at
name
the
is
cool guy here.
John.
No. How do I explain this?
How do I explain drugs?
I didn't work, or I didn't live in the city. Okay, I didn't live in the city where the school was located, so it was incredibly difficult for me to get to the school. So I'd have to go into town with my dad when he went to work, so that I could catch the bus to get to the school.
Is this an uphill both ways story?
right.
No,
In the
just
snow.
weird
No shoes.
family situation thing. The school that I went to was actually the largest in the area, and it was actually probably one of the better schools. And he was trying. My parents were trying real hard not to have
More babies.
more babies, and have their dysfunctions cause dysfunctions with their kids.
I mean, that's all you can do as a parent, really.
Right.
Yeah.
Or for me, growing up in the country, it's just the kids just wander off into the woods for the weekend, and you just hear from the parents, "Don't get eaten by coyotes."
Yes. Don't come into the sun. The street lights come on. Bye.
Yep.
Like, but we can still eat coyotes, though, right?
I'm not cleaning them.
Yeah.
Raise your hand if you had to clean a critter.
Mostly deer.
Squirrel, fish,
Rabbits.
rabbits.
My dad was a avid deer hunter. It wasn't just for sport. He did it to like actually fill our freezer with meat. And he tried to take me out there to kind of whole pass things down where I would take over at some point. And I ended up not being able to shoot the deer because I like animals too much. So I couldn't do it. So I told him, I will clean anything that is killed. I just don't want to be the one to actually kill it.
I was the same way. I couldn't shoot them. I could shoot targets and stuff was fine, but actual deer, I didn't want to shoot them.
Yep. Now, if I'm starving, then it becomes survival, and that's different. But if I don't have to do it, I'm not going to kill him.
I never actually shot a deer.
But did you hit one with a car or something? That was ominous.
But he wrestled one, broke its neck. ...
But there may have been a car that ran into one. My dog does not like that either.
Because you didn't bring him any back.
This is true.
I did run over a squirrel once, and the head popped off and dislodged the thermostat in my car, and my car overheated.
That's some revenge.
Right.
Squirrel got revenge, real. For real.
I'm in the camp that says that, like, if you're going to eat it, then you should be able to kill it.
Yeah.
Yes. If you're, yeah, I have eaten the critters that I have killed.
Mm-hmm.
If that was the case, I would be a vegetarian. I can't do it.
Can you clean them?
Mm-mm. I don't want to have anything to do with it.
Can't do that either.
Mm-mm. I love animals too much.
If it's already dead, I don't want it to go to waste, so I'll eat it and I'll.
No, I'll give it a
Clean it, all that.
proper grave site. Put a little headstone. Shit.
Oh, you mean like in Harry and the Hendersons when he buried all of their taxidermy and mink stoles and whatnot?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Poor creature.
Well, in real life, I don't like killing things. In Pathfinder, I like killing.
Yeah, no. I think you've killed me the most.
Statistically, yes. I almost killed Gary. I almost got him.
You know what?
Yeah.
He is your white whale.
He really is.
He's going to get you one day, Gary.
Been so
know, right?
close, so many times.
You've come close to killing me.
I've gotten.
I got down to 4
yeah.
points.
I think I
I was like, ah.
got Kabal down to 1 point at one point.
Yep.
So I've almost killed all. Never all at one time, just one here or there.
No, but almost. Remember that
Yes, yeah, we
time that I
actually-
died last time?
Yeah.
Oh
Say,
yeah.
At one time, I was the only one alive.
There was
yeah,
that.
there was that. There was that. Only because you were out of the spell range.
Thank the Lord.
That could have almost been a TPK.
Oh,
Mhm.
real close. Well, it turned from an almost 2 PK to a 1 PK.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one PCK.
Just 1 PK.
Which brings me to my next question: is are we dumb that we keep on like
Dying?
having such close calls?
No, we're heroic.
That's what you
I
do.
like that.
I mean,
You fight for, against all odds.
right. These
do like
monsters are not easy things to fight. Some of them. I think it also depends on what your party makeup is and what you're effective against at certain times. Because there's some monsters that I think are going to be, they're going to kill everybody, and you kill them in like 2 rounds.
Oh,
Yeah.
there was those.
The pit ones.
Those are my favorite because they make Gary mad.
And the hordes of skeletons, which, I was like, yeah, get me out of here. This is not working.
I didn't figure the hordes of skeletons were going to be too much of a problem. The flaming skeletons where, Diego kept catching on fire.
That's what I was
No
gonna
one
say,
likes a cat on fire.
I like the ones who kept on like bursting all over Diego.
Mhm.
Ah!
Which is where we got the awesome title Diego en Fuego.
Yeah.
See.
I know it's been a while since we recorded, but do you guys remember that we have a team name?
Oh my god.
Oh shoot, we'd come up with it not too long before we had kind of gone on break, and now I don't even remember what it is.
Yep.
I
For the
forgot
ca-
that y'all came up with something.
It is the Carrion Crusaders.
That's right.
Heck yeah.
It was almost the Moist Monks of Waits Point.
We are the Crusaders. Dun, dun, dun.
Carrion Crusaders. You'll need like a logo or something for that. I don't know what that would
Gotta-
be, but
Gotta have a bony crown in there somewhere.
a bone crown for the bone throne.
Exactly.
So who remembers what happened last time on the...
Bone throne?
Yeah.
Well, Xo'bere narrowly escaped death, as we were talking about,
Mm-hmm.
and we
Oh
wound
yeah,
up,
that's right.
we wound up killing.
Probably should be actually dead, but I'm a benevolent GM, so don't say I didn't give you anything.
Like life.
It's true.
This actually makes like twice that I've saved Xo'bere that way, because the after what was his name? Arend Rude killed everybody. I brought you back to life with your hero card.
Oh yeah.
But
So
anyway.
he's just rubbing it in your face.
Oh.
So what I'm hearing is I'm too nice as a GM. I need to be more lethal. So after narrowly escaping death, decided to loot the bodies, got a couple of cool things, then did some shopping, and went to the Temple of Pharasma and did some restoration that ended up being unnecessary because you had potions of restoration.
They were lesser restoration, weren't they?
No.
Oh,
I mean, I think we have lesser restoration too, but yeah, they were potions of restoration.
well, hell.
Hey, I'm not keeping track of y'all's inventory. That's all on you.
Mm-hmm.
We so bad. We need an accountant on this team.
So, when I asked if we were dumb earlier,
Yup.
About combat, not always. About other stuff, sometimes.
Maybe.
Maybe. If I threw y'all in an escape room, I don't know that you would get out, but you might.
Maybe.
So after doing the shopping and restoring and resting and all of that, I believe y'all decided to set off for Illmarsh.
Yes, sir.
So, before we get into moving forward with that, I did want to. So, how many times has Xo'bere been basically dead and brought back?
3
At
off the
least
top of my head.
3.
I was gonna say I know of 3. Yeah.
And I've been close to death, like single digits a couple of times also, but not actual below 0.
Okay. Because you tend to, step across the veil even so briefly, I thought it would be fun. We talked about this a little bit last week. I thought it would be fun to give you, like, the haunted drawback or curse.
Oh, yeah.
Since you've been on that side a few times, this time you just happen to bring something back with you.
Spooky. I like it.
So the way this works, this is almost like the. So I looked at the haunted drawback. It didn't really do very much. It gave you like a negative on will saves against evil, which wasn't a lot. So I'm actually taking this from the Oracle class because the Oracles have curses that they have to take. And there's the haunted curse from the Oracle. And it says that malevolent spirits follow you wherever you go, causing minor mishaps and strange occurrences, such as unexpected breezes, small objects moving on their own, and faint noises. So the main thing that this will do is for you going forward, retrieving any stored item from your gear, so it's not weapons, just any other stored item, will require a standard action unless it would normally take longer. Any item that you drop on the ground lands 10 feet away from you in a random direction.
Ooh, okay.
So instead of being like a quick action to grab something or a free action, now it's a full standard action anytime you want to like go into your pack and retrieve anything. And if you drop your weapon for anything, it will go 10 feet away from you in a random direction.
Interesting. Is there ever anything good that happens? Did I bring back any good
With
spirits or
haunted?
just bad ones?
Good with haunted.
I mean, I'd like to think the other side's not all terrible gloom and doom. There might be
No,
your grandma.
the good ones are just fine being in heaven or wherever.
That's a good point.
It's not listed as one, but I'll give you a +2 circumstance bonus when dealing with haunts.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Haunts or ghosts, or is that the same thing?
No, they're different.
Now you're going to write out all the haunts, replace them with ghosts?
Not necessarily. All right. So now that Xo'bere is haunted, you guys do set off for Illmarsh. Following the clues of the Dark Rider's whereabouts and where to go. You find that Illmarsh is about 30 miles down the coast from Thrushmoor. And the road there is in really, really poor repair. Give me a survival check to see if you can figure out where you're going.
Diego got a 15. Diego got a 15.
Genny got an 18.
Kabal
And-
got an 18.
18, 15.
Xo'bere does not have survival.
Okay.
And then Plug, which will be played by me.
Wait. Xo'bere does not have survival. I think we know why he keeps dying.
Right?
That's it.
We have figured it out.
So as soon as you put a point in survival, you'll lose the haunted. I'm playing Plug this week, and I got a 15.
15.
Plug.
All right, so 2 15s, 2 18s, and nothing. So because of how in poor repair these roads are, and they've been frequently washed out by floods, it's really hard to find your way. You can direct your way toward Illmarsh, but it's hard to stay on this path. So at that rate, it's going to take you about 2 days of riding or 4 days of walking to get to Illmarsh.
Did we take
Well,
horses?
I thought we
Yeah,
were
we
going
did.
to take some horses from the dead horsekeeper who tried to kill us.
Yeah, since he was dead, we were like, all right, let's take these.
Yeah, we want them dummy thick horses.
Yeah. Be sore as hell.
All right, so it'll take you about 2 days to get there. So the end of the first day approaches. You're about halfway between Thrushmore and Illmarsh. Make camp for the night.
We have to, right?
Just push on through.
We're not going to push on through all night. We can sleep on the horses.
They are thick.
All right. I mean, y'all could always talk about, Xo'bere dying all the time.
How'd you get so bad at living?
Well, what's funny too is you could consider it, I guess, lucky also because in the beginning I'd picked my god as Yeren, which is the god of luck.
So
Yeren has left the chat.
Well, either you have terrible luck because you almost die all the time, or you have great luck because you don't actually die all the time.
Right? Yeah, exactly. I'm a glass half full kind of guy.
Mm-hmm. Two-sided coin.
Yeah.
So I guess we're at camp, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the beach?
Yeah, you're along the rocky coast here.
Is it like Oregon or California or the White Cliffs of Dover?
It's kind of like a mix of like California coastline, but then you've almost got like Florida with the marshy side, so like combine those together.
Okay.
Quite the interesting ecology.
Xo'bere, I have to ask because I don't know how to say. What's with all the dying?
I mean, I don't exactly know how to answer that.
I mean, I know you're not from around here. How did you even get here?
Well, it started out with some very vivid, interesting dreams, and honestly, even in the dreams, I died, or came very close to dying, and I didn't know that it was going to be necessarily a sign of things to come, and I'm just hoping I can keep cheating death one more time each time. Luckily, I don't know, I guess I've maybe got a little bit of Yeren on my side, being able to be here.
Do you think that's why you're still alive? Is Yeren? Have you heard the good news about Pharasma?
I do respect Pharasma, but I honestly do think Yeren might be part of the reason I'm here, and that's why I like to try to give these little offerings every now and then.
I saw that we get gold coins and you throw them at dead people. Why?
Not necessarily dead people, just I just tuck them away where a little bit of luck might be needed for someone down the road.
But they're dead. What do they need luck for?
Oh, just it's not. It's maybe they need a little luck crossing over, and again, it's not always just dead people. Sometimes it's just if somebody's looking for something, or somebody might be down in their luck, they might get a little surprise.
You give away all this luck. Have you ever gotten luck in return?
Well, I mean, I'm still here, I guess.
That's true. That's true.
And these trials are making us stronger, my friend.
Yes. And, I can't say it's just Yeren that is the reason I'm here. You guys are also part of it. Diego, definitely Kabal, with throwing me, healing here and there.
I do my best.
Also, don't take it too personally that I threatened you a lot earlier. It's because you were a werewolf.
I try not to. I understand. It was not an easy situation for myself either.
No.
I don't know how I'd feel if I was traveling with a stranger.
Well, even I had chains, just in case.
Yeah, it was not about you or anything. It was about the safety of the group. It was arithmetic.
And I do respect that, honestly. I'm glad that you take the safety of my companions into account, and into as much account as I do.
We're a unit. We have to. If we're not all watching each other's backs, then what are we here for?
Those are true words.
At my heart, I'm a soldier. I mean, I love to fight. I was told I shouldn't fight because I had the magic, the sorcerer stuff. It says you're weak because of it, but no, in my heart, I'm a fighter.
And I don't know how anyone could have called you weak from what I've seen. That is quite the opposite of true.
What happens when we stop them? When we stop them from raising the Whispering Tyrant? What then?
You know, I've honestly haven't had a chance to sit down and think about what comes after. I don't know.
Do you think you'll go on more adventures? Do you think you'll retire? What do you want to do when you retire? What does a rogue do when they retire? Are you going to steal?
I mean,
telemarketing scams?
I didn't really steal. I used mostly my talents for espionage, and sometimes I'd have to recover missing items that you could maybe say they were stolen, but it was me stealing them back a lot of times.
So you steal from the stealers?
Yes, but I think I maybe travel back home for a bit and see the family and show them what I've become, show them the man I've become.
Where's home?
It is in Absalom.
I don't mean to be racist, but I thought you were going to say it was on a different plane.
Well, we do travel between planes sometimes, and I haven't been over to the other side in quite a while, but no, home was in Absalom. There's a small little enclave of us that live there and do business there.
Are you all rogue?
We do tend to be on the roguish side, given our natural talents.
Natural? So, I don't know what's natural about that, though. Can you hide easy? How's it help being a rogue?
Well, like this. And then with that, Xo'bere is going to use something he hasn't really used before, which is the disguise self. And he's going to change into just a generic villager that he's seen in his travels.
Oh, and I'm gonna touch his face, just use it and manipulate it, and
Yeah, it's still me.
It's you, Peter.
how long can you could always do this? Wait,
Oh, yes.
wait, do Kabal.
Oh yeah, turn into me.
Oh, see, I was gonna do that, but I didn't want to freak. I was actually gonna turn into Genny, but I was like, I don't know if that'll freak her out or not. Let's see, hold on one second. I think I could. Unfortunately, I can only do this little trick once per day.
Okay, so I see in the future, like him turning into me, and then we grab each other and do spins, and then I'm like, shoot him! I'm the real Kabal.
I think the only time I've ever used it was when me and you were haggling for prices somewhere.
Oh yeah, and we got our salesman voices out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I mean, I have some dust that'll do that, but you can do it on your own.
Yeah, it doesn't take too much concentration.
Does it hurt? Are you like changing on the molecular level?
No, it's just an illusion.
So a disguise.
Yes.
Of yourself.
But what about you? Once we're done, once we've hopefully completed our task.
Then I go back to Last Wall. Wait, is that the name of the place?
That is the name of a place.
Yeah. Then I go back to Last Wall. We are charged with keeping the Whispering Tyrant from ever returning. But I get to go back victorious. I mean, I told you they didn't believe in my soldier skills, so I'm off on my own.
Not anymore.
I wouldn't say AWOL because a couple of them asked me to leave, but I'm definitely without a platoon. Is that the right word, platoon?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
platoon works there.
When I go back, they'll all know. They'll all know
That you're Genny from the block.
that I am Genny from the motherfucking block. Damn it, I couldn't think of the song. I just know the Genny from the block part.
I know, yeah.
Don't be something from the rocks that I got. And you, Kabal? What's next?
I'll go back to the church
Why did you leave?
because I wanted to save people from the Whispering Way, and Pharasma told me to help, and I've linked up with you guys.
Do you speak with Pharasma? I've never had a link with her. Besides the cards, I've never had a link with her.
Oh yeah, we're tight. She talks to me all the time. She gives me cards. It's crazy.
And one day you'll use those cards.
One day, when I remember.
But where's the church?
I mean, there's churches everywhere, so I can just travel the world and spread the gospel. You know.
Oh, so you're a pilgrim.
Absolutely.
Should have known from the buckle hat.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
now canon that you wear a buckle hat.
I mean, I've been wearing this the whole time. I don't know how you haven't noticed.
He eats turkey. It's amazing.
Right, yeah. I've got a musket. I don't know.
It's amazing.
Ba-dum-bum.
But what about Diego? What's Diego going to do?
Well, that is a good question, my friend. I do not know. I'm not sure if I can return to Anuli or not.
Why not?
Well, first, I must seek honor and be worthy before I can return. Then
You've wrecked shop on a bunch of bad guys. How is that not honor enough?
I still do not have robes. Eventually, maybe. I'll get there.
How do you get robes?
Yeah, how much do you need? We have like 15,000 gold pieces.
Well, you could get something real shiny too.
A nice smoking jacket, maybe?
But that alone is not what I need. I must figure out a way to deal with my mortal enemy.
Dun,
Who's your mortal enemy? Is it a person? But is it a rat folk named Tom?
No. It is a catfolk named Pepper.
Oh no.
Not Pepper.
Yes, it is Pepper. She prevents me from returning. She is my sister, too.
Oh no.
Somehow I must find a way.
This is the first time we're hearing about this from Diego, right?
Yes, this is.
I was like, have I really not been paying attention?
I was like, his sister
No.
Pepper? What?
No.
She's a doctor, and
No, see, the robes thing, yes, that's always been there. But
No, the robes,
recently, the actual cat who is the model for Diego has a new sister, and it's a contentious relationship, and so I've decided to adopt that contentious relationship with my Diego.
so Gary just showed us a picture of this cutest little black cat. I unfortunately was picturing a white cat named Pepper that looked exactly like the one from the Aristocrats. You know the one.
Yeah.
You know the one. Aristocats, not crats.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, Pepper. I have to deal with Pepper.
Are you salty about it?
There has been an assault or two, yes.
So you'd say
She's just-
your relationship is spicy?
Very. But right now, she rules the house. Eventually, I must correct that.
You have to kill your own sister?
No, I wish not to kill her, but I am going to have to replace her.
You mentioned the robes. How do you get robes? Do you is it like karate where you get belts?
Similar, I must earn them.
But are they actual like shirts, or is
Like-
it like wrappings,
physical.
or is it?
It is clothing, yes.
Oh, I thought you were a nudist.
Well, I am a catfolk. We do are a little freer.
True, but you show your butthole to everybody.
Always walking with his tail all up.
Dude, I've been wanting to
Some
talk
of
to you
the-
about that.
Some of them need it.
Yeah, I didn't have any siblings, so I don't know what it's like to have a rival that lives in your house.
It is an unusual situation.
It's not always easy trying to live up to your sibling. You live in your sibling's shadow.
What does your sibling do? Is he a lawyer?
He's
That sounds like a rogue job.
He's a doctor lawyer.
No, he's a shadow.
Yeah. He is quite the successful thief. He's always very adept at getting things and finding things.
So you steal for good. Does he steal for bad, or does he steal for good too? Or does he steal for him?
He operates in a little more of a gray area, which is honestly it's a little more lucrative for him. But I don't always. This is part of our clash. I don't always agree with his ways.
Kabal, do you have any siblings?
No, I'm an only child.
Me too.
Was Kabal hatched?
Hatched.
Yeah, I'm a demon.
Oh,
so,
because he's a demon.
Yeah, it's a long birthing process. Like, I mean, they have to keep me warm for a really long time, and then
Light bulbs aren't even invented yet, so you can't,
Yeah.
you
So
got to
bad.
sit on him.
right. So ass is all over me all the time. You know what I mean? So that's why I have a butt fetish to this day.
Are you sure you weren't just summoned?
He wants some of that ass.
Oh!
That's why my tail is up.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
All new Cabal Diego fan fictions are going to start.
Listeners, send them in.
Now he's going to get with your sister Pepper.
You think you're gonna come back to her? Oh no, I'm gonna rule the roost.
Oh no!
I would ask Blue questions, but I don't know any of the answers. Do you know the answers, Gary?
I mean,
Plug might not be able to remember them.
Blue, do you have any brothers or sisters or family? Does he?
this is where I get to do the voice for him, finally.
Sure,
Again.
yeah. Yeah, but I get to do the voice if we get into a combat.
Which is fine. Because he has multiple personalities, remember?
See, I don't know what you're talking about. See.
I don't remember.
You don't remember if you have family? Are you an orphan? I mean, what did you do before you got your job at the how do I say it nice? I don't want to say it mean. The asylum. That's it.
Well, I've always been big. I know I got picked on a lot growing up because of my size.
You know, not to cast aspersions, but I mean, I don't get how big people get picked on for being big. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you would think you would get picked on for being small.
Right? But no, nobody picked on me, and I'm tiny.
Maybe they were afraid of me, so they picked on me to make me seem less intimidating.
But you're a brawler. When did you learn to fight?
I think as I got older, I see maybe the militia.
Oh.
I don't know for sure, but I remember fighting, and I remember it being honorable fighting, so it wasn't just a street fight.
So you have no recollection of anything that happened to you before they did the whole scramblies?
No, I get bits and pieces, and sometimes it is almost like I get a rush of memories.
Like a picture with, like a headache with pictures.
Yes, exactly. I don't always know what they mean. I don't know if some of these people I see are family or friends or enemies.
How do they make you feel? Like when you see them, do you feel scared? Do you feel mad? Do you feel sad, happy?
Sometimes I feel angry. Other times I feel alone.
That's really sad. Well, you're not alone now. You got us. We're your friends. Just don't forget us.
Don't scramble my brain.
No promises.
I am thankful to you all for rescuing me from my prison.
But you were a guard.
Yes, but toward the end, Keeper Crove, he turned on us all. He was so obsessed with the dark tapestry and the creatures from the beyond that he turned against those that were here in this world.
That guy's a dick. What are you afraid
That is
of?
never friend.
Plug. Do you have anything that you're afraid of, like tangible things?
Genny's about to play the worst prank on Plug.
Behind you!
And he just takes off running. I don't know. I'm not afraid to fight.
No, you're not. And that's why I'm asked, because it sounds like a lot of your fears are emotional.
I think not really tangible, but I think I have a fear of the dark.
Genny looks skyward to see if she can find the moon. Are we still in the full moon cycle?
It's more in the waning side.
So we haven't seen him in the dark with the new moon, like when it's dark.
Dark outside. No, not yet.
Well, if you ever need it, just ask. And then, Genny touches his club and casts light.
Ayo.
There was, I don't know his other equipment. That's the only thing that I can see in front of me.
It's like,
Did you shine his club?
Whoa, it's glowing.
Yeah, it's light in the dark. If you ever need it, just ask.
Hey, look at this. Now it's pointing up. Now it's pointing down. Now it's pointing up. Now it's pointing down.
Helicopters haven't been invented yet, right?
No.
So Genny wants him to helicopter. Got it.
Just the club.
Well, what else would he helicopter?
Right. PG-13.
Totally.
It's his new flashlight.
You really had to put emphasis on that vowel, didn't you?
I did.
You know what? As we're around the fire and we're talking, out from underneath her bracer comes a snake. Did you guys know I had a snake?
A snake,
out of
kill it.
character. No, I'm just kidding. I think you put it out before, right? Or no?
I don't think I've ever used the snake, honestly.
Okay.
And Diego's fur might be a little up around his neck.
Xo'bere's interested. He's
Yeah.
how?
So the snake that I have, her name is Chula, and she is a viper. I'm gonna say I know we're in the wrong part of the world, but it's a rattlesnake because rattlesnakes are my favorite snake.
Oh, nice.
And she's just gonna say, if you haven't met Chula, she's a familiar to me, which I find weird because they say this is where I'm descended. I'm descended from snakes. I mean, you could probably tell that with the armor that I wear, but it's not just a sigil. This is where I come from.
Is she real? I don't. How does a familiar work? What is?
Oh, she's real.
Is she conjured or does
No.
she live?
She's real. She's flesh. She's blood. She lives. She dies. She eats. In fact, y'all got any mice? Nice piece of fish.
That Plug might want to try to club one.
But she's a reptile, so she only has to eat every couple days.
And what about him? And he kind of gestures over to the Triceratops.
Pablo?
How did you two? I don't know. Do you meet a Triceratops? How'd you two meet?
You do meet a Triceratops. Well, I didn't hatch him or anything, but I did find him just after he was hatched. I think his mom was killed. It was after I left Last Wall. I was going through. Help me out. Where was I going through? Where the dinosaurs live? Savage Land.
Living in the land of the lost.
Isn't Kabal from there too?
The land of the Mammoth
Isn't that where
Lords or
Kabal's from?
whatever.
The Mammoth Lords, yeah. I had just left last wall, and I was going through. I was traveling through the realm of the Mammoth Lords after I left last wall. His mom had just, I don't know if she was killed or kidnapped or what, but he was just by himself, just a little baby monster.
He is. He seems like quite the good traveling companion. He seems very. What's the word? Affable.
He is laughable sometimes. I mean, I couldn't leave him, and I gave him some of my rations, and he just started following me. I know you're people will go, oh, you're not supposed to keep it, don't feed it, it's gonna follow you everywhere. But I'm glad that I did. I mean, he's got weapons on his face.
He definitely has a lot of potential. It's a formidable opponent.
When he grows up, man, we're just gonna run through our enemies, like the beginning of a high school football game. You know what I mean? Just pop through that banner.
Except for the banners or heads.
I mean, I know that he's gonna get like humongously big, but to me, he's just always this dumb little baby that I found that follow me everywhere.
Can you actually communicate with him, or
We can we get each other's vibe, you know?
okay.
But
So that's a no.
can he tell me about his day? No. Can I tell him about mine? Yeah, but he doesn't understand. But he knows like my feelings. He knows when I'm mad and sad and scared. And like when we're riding like into battle, he is all business. I know a lot of the times you could just see him just eating grass or whatever, but when it's time to fight and I'm keeping him focused, he fights.
Do you? I'm sure you get some odd looks. Do you have to watch out for people trying to kidnap him or steal him? Because I have only seen pictures of something like this, and then once we saw a. I don't want to. Hopefully, you can't understand. Yes, we saw a stuffed one.
That's always like in the back of my mind, like what if he gets got? But the more I'm around him, the more like that bond grows, and I can feel him. Also, when he gets to be the monster that I know he's gonna be, who's gonna want to fuck with that? Who's gonna want to mess with that?
That is a good point.
About that time, the wind starts picking up, and you all notice the wind seems to be centered around Xo'bere.
Like it's swirling around him, or it's coming from him? Because if it's coming from him, gross.
swirling around him.
The bad wind.
Is it cold?
Yes.
Do you guys feel that?
You know what? I feel unease coming from you. You know?
This one is cold, and you'd be correct with the unease.
The wind picks up a bit, and Xo'bere just hears a...
Did you hear that voice?
Me? No, I didn't say anything.
I didn't say anything.
No, my
I didn't hear
friend, I
anything.
hear nothing.
And he just looks at Plug.
Pluggy's playing with his flashlight.
I guess I definitely that this is getting strange. I don't know what's happening.
I look over and I see Pablo, and he's asleep. He's snoring. He doesn't see anything. But I'm trying to see, past him into the dark, out, because on one side we got water, so there's nothing. So in Genny's mind, there's no threat there. But do I see anything out in the land part?
So you've set up camp along the side of this road, and on one side of you you've got the water, which is Lake Incarthen, and then on the other side you got this like marshy, foresty area to the other side.
Wait, you said Lake Incarthen?
Yes.
So we see all the spooky dooky stuff. What next?
So the wind has been blowing around Xo'bere, he heard the whispers. He asked if anybody else had heard what he did.
We all said no. Gaslighting poor Xo'bere.
In this storm that seems to be centered around me, the northern lights. This time of year.
We're eating our steamed hams.
Xo'bere's on edge a little bit, probably, and the next few minutes pass by, and the voice comes through a little bit clearer this time, and this time he hears,
I see. Alright, did you guys hear that? Did you hear?
Hear what?
Voice. It was a voice, and it says...
No, all I heard was awkward silence.
I'm afraid I didn't hear that, my friend. No.
It just said, I see you. And honestly,
Genny draws her staff. Where did you hear it?
It was just, like, around. It just came from...
Like from
me.
behind, from in front? Where?
It was like it was whispered in my ear.
Are you okay? Do you need to go to bed?
Well, that feeling of unease is growing. I feel like I'm not I mean, I know I'm not alone, but I feel like like there's somebody else here that's not us.
and as you are all talking, you start to see your breath as the temperature suddenly drops several degrees.
Okay, you guys are definitely seeing this.
I'm detecting magic.
Well, yes, my friend, it is cold.
The only magic you detect is on the items that y'all have.
But it's... Diego, feel the rest of the evening has not been this chilly. Is this a normal evening?
The wind picks up again, and this time Xo'bere hears, "Want to play?"
Okay, I'm not even bother asking if you guys heard that, but this time the voice asked if I wanted to play. And it does not
Pablo's
sound...
head pops right up.
It did not sound like it's talking about any children's games. It does not say. It sounds malevolent. I don't know what's happening, but do you guys think I could have brought something over from the other side, or?
I'm not detecting any magic. Can the Bane sword that Plug has, does it sing when there's haunts nearby, or ghosts, or anything supernatural?
No.
I don't know what to tell you. We don't hear anything. I don't see anything magical.
But look at your voice. Look at your breath. It's clearly dropped several degrees here. This is not natural.
It's nighttime and we're on the water.
And now it's laughing. I feel like it's mocking me. Come on, you believe me, right? This is unnaturally cold.
I mean, I
wind
feel the
just
cold
centered
but,
around me.
I mean, you did have some close encounters. Are you feeling okay?
I mean, physically I feel fine, but I feel a little unsettled. Like I'm being watched, or like there's somebody else or something else here.
One of the embers from the fire goes flying.
Like up into the sky, like fires do, or like onto something.
Like a heavy piece of like burning ember flies out toward the water.
Okay, you guys definitely saw that. That's... I mean, there's no way the wind could have picked that thing up.
It's a fire. It pops and it crackles. I think you need to go to bed. Are you sure you don't need a nap?
I might need to lay down. This has been a trying few days.
Do you need help going to sleep?
Do you want me to cuddle?
I was gonna cast hypnotism on him, but if you want to cuddle.
Dibs on small spoon.
So, on that note, are you all bedding down for the evening?
Yeah, it's getting late. He's hearing voices, and Pablo's passed out, and the fire's jumping into the water. I think it's time to go to bed.
Yeah, the cat's tired. Let's go.
So,
He's got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and just run around for no reason.
Right.
You know.
Kabal helps Xo'bere to sleep, reassuring him that, he's not crazy, even though he might think he is.
Just slowly patting him on the head. Just
As Xo'bere goes to set down his weapons and his armor, he sets down his weapon, and both Kabal and Xo'bere watch it just slide 10 feet away.
Xo'bere just looks at Kabal like, right?
Kabal gives him the head nod like, yeah, that...
Okay,
that's crazy.
I knew I was not... This is not good. I don't know what to do about this.
Are we already asleep? Is this a dream?
I wish this does seem like something that would happen in one of our dreams.
It's not a dream. Go to bed.
Mind your own business.
I'm doing ghost shit over here.
If y'all had night lights, you would sleep with the light on for the night.
I'm gonna go give clues.
Right. Wait till he falls asleep. Go steal it.
You wake him up. No, my club. Okay.
He is
I
big spoon in that club.
Okay. I come sleep with you, but I little spoon.
Cuddle puddle.
Uh-oh. Cuddles.
All right. So you finally go to sleep, rest for the rest of the night, get up the next morning, collect all of your gear. Xo'bere has to go track down his weapon that moved 10 feet away. And you start the next morning and make your way toward Illmarsh. You're getting close to town, but you're still just outside, maybe a couple of miles outside of Illmarsh at this point. And you see a stormy sky hanging over the bay. It's reducing the light to make it look more like dusk, even though it's more midday. There's a single stone quay that extends out into the lake's wind-tossed surf that makes like a landing for boats. But you don't see any signs of settlement or anything around here. If you go stand out on this quay and look out into the lake, does anybody want to do that before I continue?
Yes.
Yeah,
And I want this theme from Dawson's Creek to play. I don't want to wait for our lives to be over.
As you're standing out here on the quay, give me a perception check.
Is the key big enough for multiple people or just the one?
It's probably big enough for a couple people, but not more than like two side by side.
All right. Xo'bere got a 29.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not beating that with either of my characters.
So as you're looking out, Xo'bere notices out in the distance, he can barely make out these giant rocks that are kind of sticking up out of the water. He also sees what looks like a large fishing boat fighting against the whitecaps. As he looks for a little bit longer, this is about 50 yards from the shore. He can make out the name on the boat as the Isinglass. He sees one lone figure scurrying among several large tarp-covered objects that are on the deck. He's trying to manage both the sail and the tiller to try to right the vessel and bring it safely to shore, but he seems to be failing at his task. A big wave comes over and crashes against the side and knocks him from the wheel, and he looks like he's in trouble. And we'll see you next time.
What? No one's making decisions.